Welcome back, Classic Large Car Garage. So we've got our 1980 Cabover Kenworth and 1958 Reliance trailer. On our trip home, a few things developed. There was a few things we already knew about, so we went ahead and made a list. The good old classic check-off list. So we got a few things. Mud flaps on the truck are dragging, so we kind of want to trim those up. Fuel gauge wasn't working. Well, it works, but it's off a little bit, so we just kind of want to see what's going on there, so it's a little more accurate, or see if we can figure that out. Speedometer, I wrote speedo, but speedometer's not working. Left steer wheel seals leaking, left drive wheel seals leaking. We already knew that. We're gonna service the engine, change the oil filters. Previous owner gave us that stuff because he was gonna do it before our trip, but then he's like, might as well do it after your trip so you're not putting those extra miles on there. We're gonna change the fuel filter, change the rear end oil, change the air dryer filter, just a few little maintenance items. Air tank drain cables are kind of hanging down there, so we're gonna get those up a little higher. We noticed the rear window seal is a little short in the center, so there's a little gap, so we're gonna see if we can get a new seal gasket. And then the lace rope is supposed to be one piece, but it looks like it's maybe I don't know, maybe 200 little pieces. So we're gonna see if we can get some new rope for that, just kind of get that all nice and tight so there's no water leaks. The low beam headlights, the left one I think is about dead, and so we're gonna try and upgrade those. Maybe we'll try some LED headlights. From the long trip home, a lot of the interior screws kind of loosened up, so we're gonna get those tightened up and then install seat belts. So we got our list, and really the trailer, I mean, we might take some steel wool to some of that chrome on the mud flap, but I mean, really the trailer's in good shape. So I think what we'll end up doing is disconnecting them, and then we'll get the truck in the shop, go through our list, start knocking this stuff out, make her looking good. Sorry, squirrel. Truck driving by. If you haven't noticed, we like trucks. So, anywho, yep, Travis and I, we'll get on this. We'll maybe do some time lapse of some of it, because probably doing wheel seals. A lot of people have done that and don't want to see that again, but you know, kind of working on some of the electrical stuff or whatnot. We'll kind of stop and show you along the way what we find and show you how we fixed it. So, stay tuned. Hey! So, talked about our list a little earlier. This guy and I did. And showed it to you. And so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna get the truck and trailer outside, disconnect trailer from said truck, and then we'll get it in the shop and start knocking out our list. So we're gonna set you up somewhere. We're getting a shadow on my face. There we go. We're gonna set you up somewhere on the trailer so you can see us kind of moving around, and I don't know, try and get some fun shots, I guess. I don't know. So. got the truck in the shop. We're gonna get you set up, do a little time lapse. We're gonna get the thing up on jack stands, and then start tearing into it. So, enjoy the show. Alright, wheel. Got this wheel off. I bet, yeah, probably saw it. Maybe you didn't. Bet you didn't know. Maybe I've said it. Maybe I haven't. Twice now. Disc brakes on this truck. Pretty neat. 1980. They had disc brakes. So this one was the one the wheel seal was leaking. I got the bearing, inner bearing here. Really not too bad. It's got a little bit of some lines. Not quite sure. Got a little bit of metallics in the oil. Really not too bad. So not totally sure. I mean, the seal does not look that terrible. That's from me taking it off, taking it out. Fairly new seal. Outer bearing. right here. Not bad. Don't know what to say. Super clean truck. I don't know what to say there. I know previous owner once again said they put new seals in it, they put new pads on it. So it's kind of hard to say why it started leaking. I know they did not use the truck other than for taking 2 shows, so I don't remember exactly when they did the seals. I mean, everything looks really clean, so I think we're gonna clean it up the best we can. Put a new seal in it, put a new gasket on, clean everything up, put it on, torque it down. I don't know. I think we're just gonna do some maintenance stuff. We'll get underneath here. We'll clean all the oil off, kind of splashed up on the bottom of the floorboards. Kind of get under here, clean everything up, check everything out. We will do that fuel water separator here. Put a new one on. We got a new one for that. Travis is working on the fuel sending unit, cleaning all the connections up, cleaning the wires up, see if we can't get a better reading. Now you done did it. Gone forever. Just gonna kind of keep working off our list here and let you know what we'll find.
All right, messing with the fuel sending unit here, and didn't really find anything. Went through, redid a couple connections. They were just didn't have like heat shrink stuff on like that. Some lube on it. So I checked it with a voltmeter. It is working. So I just kind of mocked it up here like it would be. You can imagine this goes down in the tank. And this is your float. As this moves with your fuel level, it'll sit in there straight up and down. And then that float will do this. And that's what tells you, you know, if it's down, it's empty, up, full. So, got this here, kind of mocked up, ran the wire back to it, ground it back to the tank. So right now, the way this is should be on full, which it is. And then if you look close, kind of see those 3 dots. So you put it over that one, it would be 3/4. And if you put it at this one, straight out, 90 degrees, half a tank. Go down here, 3/4, or sorry, quarter tank. And then all the way down would be E. So it is working, and I don't know, I think it might have been turned it would have been clocked wrong in the tank. So that could have been giving us a false reading when this was going up. I think it might have been hitting the edge of the tank. So I'm gonna make sure I get it in there properly, put it back together, and hopefully it'll work. So we'll see you later. Alrighty, got it back together. Unfortunately, it's still kind of doing the same thing. It's reading about a quarter tank off of what it's supposed to. So either it's the wrong sender, or I don't think it's hitting anything. I put it in there. We're thinking it might just be the wrong one. I don't think this is the original tank, since this is an 80 truck. And kind of hard to read. It says it's an 86 tank. So there was a donor truck. I think there was like three trucks total, 2 donors. So it was probably the best tank of the 3, whatever. And they might have just thrown one in. Don't know. But it does work. It got us all the way home. Just got to keep in mind when it says quarter, you know, you're about empty. So we're gonna do a little research, looking around, see what we can figure out. I know we have another sender from Irvin that we can see if it's maybe a different, that rod with the float, maybe it's a different length. I think I've got a float there in my toolbox, maybe from another truck at one point in my junk drawer. So we're just gonna do a little research, see what we can figure out, and go from there. So this part will be to be determined. So we'll figure that out later. Okay, good news. I found another float. It's got some different angles on it, but had this over in my junk drawer, my toolbox over there. So I'm gonna pull this out again and just see if this wire would be the same diameter. If we could maybe straighten it out, get it in there. I know that one was completely straight, the one that's in the tank now. So maybe straighten it out. If we can get it in there, get it secured, and maybe put it in there. Maybe it just needs to be a little longer. We're thinking maybe you can adjust them. That way if they're longer, you know, it's gonna move more, which is kind of what we need. So I'm gonna pull that back out and see what we can figure out. So here we go. All right, well, got that back in there. That extra float I had didn't really work. The rod on it was a different diameter. The rod on that one's a little bigger. So that wouldn't work. We tried to orientate it a little different. Doesn't line up. And even orientating it differently, it was still reading off. So put it back on there, keep the dust debris out, and we're gonna just go from there. We'll find something eventually. So on to the next. Alrighty. If you can read upside down, you need to trim the mud flaps. And come back here on the way home with the trailer. This one was dragging. That one would every once in a while. So I'm gonna come in, take a little bit off, and that way it can stop rubbing on the ground. Alrighty, got them trimmed up, back on. Got it in the air, so you can't really tell if they're gonna drag or not. Took about 3/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch off. Hopefully that'll be enough. And if it's not, well, we'll just have to cut them off again. So I think I'm gonna move over here. Well, actually, first things first, go to our list. Trim mud flaps. Done. I think now I'm gonna move on to route the air tank cables. We got a plan, and let's see how it goes. Okay, well, we got these shortened, strapped up, easier. Still a little P-clamp, little half a loop thing there, some aluminum crimpers. Should hold them on there now. They were all raveled up by the tanks. Now you can walk up, give them a yank, drain the water out of the tanks, and everything stays happy that way. So, come over here to the list, and, oh, where are we at? Right air tank drain cables. There it is. Another one off the list. So, we'll pick another item and keep going along. Okay, well, going over the list here, I think I'm going to tackle this left drive wheel seal. So, I can get these nut covers off, center cap, and get these wheels pulled off, because she is a leaking. Even just sitting here. See, she's got a puddle under. So. Alrighty, got the hub off, got the seal out. You saw me clean them up in the parts washer. Cleaned up the hub for the most part. I'll still give it a wipe down before we put it back together. Got a new gasket for the axle. Wipe this down. I still got wiped down a little bit. The caliper pads, brake chamber, still need to clean that up. Went ahead and drained the oil in the differential. We'll let that drain for a while. Unfortunately, we got to put bearings and races in this side. They had just a little bit of wear to them, nothing too crazy, but just want to make it better than the way we found it. And we got to order a seal anyway, so we'll get that stuff coming, and till they deliver that, we will keep going on the list. Well, I think next I'm just gonna do an easy one. Go ahead and crawl down there and check the trans fluid. Got the old rusty crescent wrench here. We'll go down there and do this one together. So looks like that would be a drain. There it is, right there. Oh, that's nice and tight. Hopefully it's not super over full. If so, it's going to come rushing out. Hopefully, it doesn't. Okay. Nothing is coming running out. So, means either it's empty. Oh, I just stuck my face under there. Look at that. Just a little is coming out. Can't really see. Hang on, grab a flashlight. Where is the flashlight? Kinda see, kinda hard to see, but it is just up to that plug hole, right where it should be. So put that plug back in, and we can cross that off the list. Only made a little mess. So, with that, another one off the list. Typical.
Well, I'm gonna try and get that back window out here next here. Turn the fan down so you can hear me better. There we go. So Kenworth does not offer this seal and lace anymore. So I'm gonna get the window out and get all that old seal and lace out. See if I can't do a little investigating or call some other glass companies, but I'll show you here. So you can see all those little, probably too close. It's too close. Well, you can kind of see all the little hairline cracks along there. 'Tis not supposed to be like that. Especially these gaps here. So it's like that all the way around. So we're gonna go ahead and get, like I said, that lace out, and then we'll get the seal up because we got a gap here creating a little passageway there. So not good for when you're washing it or if it's outside. So put you on time lapse and we'll get this out. Alright, got the lace out. It goes inside this little track here. And got the window to the seal lubed up. And we're gonna get Travis up inside. He's gonna put light pressure on the glass from the inside, pushing out, while I fold back the seal. And then we'll get this glass out, and we can get the seal out and move on from there. Waiting on the T-Rex over here. Ever so gently. Push out at the top. We'll start at the top. Okay, I got it. Boop. It's like a homemade piece of glass. Well, hey there! Okay. It sounds like plexiglass. Wax on, wax on. Oh, she's stiff. Uh-huh. Well, that's where that paint stick went. Certified. Alright. And the window is removed. Aha. Well, good morning. Another day, new week in the shop today. This past weekend, got a few things in the mail, or however you want to say it. I got stuff shipped to me regarding Wayne, the 1980 Cabover Kenworth. And got a few things still working on here. Got some degreaser. Got to clean off the steer wheel. Got the drive wheels over there. Got everything back together. Maybe that's in another part of the video. I don't know. Basically got new seal on, gasket. I think this one we put new wheel bearings and races in. They were looking a little iffy. And then steer axle, got new wheel seal on it. It's holding pretty good so far. Obviously we haven't driven it yet. Yeah, we gotta clean the wheels. But we did get some goodies in the mail. So this is gonna be our rear window seal. Came with the new lace, which is nice. I'll show you. Here's a piece of the old one. I don't know if I can, let's see here. You can kind of try and hold it up against something here so you can see the shape of it. I don't know if that'll work. So it's got, it's not gonna want to focus. So it's got kind of a, there it is. So that's the shape we got. And so here's the new one. It's slightly a little bit different. This is really getting hard to see here. So anyway, yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a little blurry, but still good. So same shape, but definitely, let's see if I can set it down here so you can see. There's definitely a size difference, and when I measured the original seal over here, you can see this seal is pretty small. Let's see if I can set you up again here. So the new seal, let's see if I get the right end here so I can show you the difference. So there's our new seal, much bigger. It's going to support it a lot better. And what I ended up doing was measuring. So this bottom part, that's where it sits on the body panel. So I measured the body panel, measured the size of the glass. The glass sits in there. As far as the lace, that doesn't really matter as long as it matches the new seal. So basically you'll put it on the body panel, then you'll stick your glass in. And then we'll put your lace in, your rope, or whatever you want to call it, your key. That'll push in up on this and hold the glass in place. So we've got Irvin over here, and I went and looked at his back window and seal, and it's a much larger seal. It's almost as big as this one here. So this one, I don't know if it's factory. I don't know. But got this, ended up getting 25 feet of it. So I've got 25 feet of seal. Like basically we'll stick it up in there, go around the opening, and then we'll cut it to fit. Obviously I don't really want a tapered look like that, so we'll go with a nice straight one, nice straight cut. And then obviously 25 feet of this as well to match with it. So it'll be nice because yeah, Irvin looks like he could use a new rear window seal. It wasn't as in bad a shape as Wayne here, and we can always use it on future jobs, really. I mean, if you've got something that fits the same dimensions, because there's different body panel thicknesses and glass thicknesses. Our glass is really not that thick. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and then the panel was like almost a 1/16. So it's a thinner piece of glass. It's not like a windshield where it's like a two-piece and it has the little piece of plastic in it. So if you get a rock or something, or something hits your windshield, it doesn't just shatter. So this is just a single pane piece of glass. Looks like maybe a little chip there or something. So we'll set you up on a time lapse. I'll get up there, get my seal, measure it out. Hopefully, I haven't test fit it yet, but we'll get up there, get everything put in, and we'll get the windshield inserted. Also, now this is I just kind of testing the waters. I got the, oh boy, the box ripped. So I got this off the interweb there, and it's, I don't know too much about the LED headlights. Kind of bought the cheapest thing out there just to kind of test the waters. Came with some wires here, but these are to upgrade. I don't know how I like them yet. We'll see. Basically, that middle strip is your daytime running light. But basically, we're gonna update these headlights to a nice LED. We'll have high beam, low beam. Hoping it looks good. Because like this one here, I probably can't zoom in on it. You might be able to see that bulb in there. She's just about burned out. Like that one's in better shape. You can see it, but those are just your regular bulbs. So got a whole set. So we'll do, because everything else on this truck, the upper lights, turn signals, tail lights, the trailer, all the lights on the trailer, they're LEDs. So I'm just gonna try and, I mean, it's got the rounded back. It's got these plugs. I'm not sure what these wires are for yet, but yeah. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know how we like them, how they turn out. Like I said, they're these lights can be pretty expensive. I'm looking at a lot of ones online, so we'll see how they turn out. But I think for right now, we're going to jump back on the rear window, get that in, and see how this seal fits up. Okay, so it took about 2 attempts. First attempt, got the seal in, tried to put the glass in, and it was not fitting. It was not fitting the best. So took it back out, took the seal out, kind of noticed the opening, kind of up on the top edge here was a little misshaped. Down here on the corner had a little misshape to it, and then right here on the sides there's 2 rivets. For the back panel and a channel behind there. So kind of trimmed the gasket on the inside. So next step, we're gonna give this a try here with the seal, or with the key, this stuff down here, the lace rope I call it. So we're gonna start feeding this in, see how it goes. If it fights me, then I will probably take it out again. I kind of have a feeling like on the bottom it looks really good, on the top it just looks kind of tight. Like I know the seal's different, so it's probably a little thicker, but I may end up having to take it back out again. You know, 3rd time's the charm. May have to do some more trimming just so the glass fits in there with the seal better. But we're gonna give this a try. It's supposed to be a tight fit, but you don't need to struggle and really hurt yourself trying to put this in. So the next thing is I got this tool here. It's got 4 different adapters on it for different. There goes my little pettibone. The joys. Anyway, so I've got that, and so this basically we're going to lubricate once again the seal with the glass cleaner, and that helps get in between there. So then you get this in there, and that helps spread out that gasket, and then this feeds, basically you feed that right through there, and as you're opening up the seal, it sets that lace in right in where it needs to be. Super handy tool if you ever plan to do glass work. I can see it. Let me take you with me. This is the joys of working on trucks. You drop something, it falls 13 feet, seems like. Uh-oh. And it seems like every time and like I said, it falls right in the middle under the truck. If anybody knows, working on trucks, you drop something, it lands in the middle. If you're underneath and you drop something, it lands outside. It's always out of reach. So convenient. So, back up here. So we've got our petty bone, which is flexible, which I was using to put the gasket in, the glass with the gasket, and then we've got our lace tool. So, get you set up here, and put your glass cleaner on there. It's gonna help that lace go in nice and good. It's gonna help the tool slide in between. Oh, let's see, which way do I wanna go? Here we go. So, put it in like so. Let's see here. I think that's what I wanna do. Might need this one, maybe. Try again here. Let's see. I think we're gonna need to switch here. As I said, this thing's got a couple different adapter styles. So we'll go upsize. Just like so. And attempt number 2. Let's try this. Gotta be careful with these too, as far as putting the lace in and how far you spread that new gasket apart, because it will have the tendency, if you get too wild with it, have the tendency to want to rip on you, and then we'd have to start all over. But since I bought 25 feet of it, hopefully I don't have to do that. I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a challenge here, going to the top. Oh boy. That's where the glass cleaner comes into play. Helps keep everything happy. Sometimes you don't even have to hold the lace because it just kind of self-feeds itself in there, which is nice. So you can kind of focus on holding the glass. Sometimes you got to go back and kind of help with a little screwdriver. May not get it completely set in there perfect, or the tool slips out or something along those lines, but it seems to be going. Oh, George, where you do something like that? Woo! So you just gotta get her started in there again. Oh, I should have probably. Oh, there it is. Okay. It would probably be handy to have another person here kind of pushing in on the glass. Travis is not here today. He's out with a bit of a cold. I think we're okay. So, you know, why does it sound like that? It sounds terrible. That's why. Shoot. Well. Well, everybody, I ripped it. Kind of had that feeling that would happen. Unfortunate. So you know what that means? I gotta take the glass out and start over, because as I was putting it on here, when you're going against that glass, it creates a, it stinks. Really stinks. You know what? Trial and error. Kind of feels like this panel pushes out. I don't know. Definitely, I don't know. We're gonna have to do some work on this back panel. She's kind of feels like this lip is like almost sticking out. So, and I think that was kind of part of my problem, but I almost wonder if I need to trim some more up off of there just to make that newer gasket sit in there better. It feels good on the bottom, but it just seems like it's a little tight up top still. So, I don't know.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing headlights. You saw Trent reveal at some point, so came with some extra pigtails, some wires. We're gonna throw you on a time lapse and get them in, and we're gonna just see how it goes. So there they are. Just kidding. We'll show you how we did it. Alright, so the first problem we're running into, if you can see, it's got this little kind of like alignment tab, which I believe, when placed in there, you know, keeps it level, the daytime running light there. What we're running into is these old lights have 3 little deals that line them up to keep them and their lines horizontal. They fit in there really good, nice and tight. That one little ear will line up, but go over to the truck. Where it would like to be is there. Where the truck would like it to be is like that. So we're gonna have to figure something out to be able to rotate the light in there to keep it straight. So that's the first little issue we're running into with these lights. So we'll I'm gonna do a little thinking and see what we can do to get them to fit right. Okay, problem number 2 for the lights. So the factory lights, one light is a 3-prong, the other is a 2-prong. So this is your regular low beam and high beam, and this is just a high beam. We talked and we think it would look best if both were wired for low beam and high beam. That way, when it's on the truck, we're actually utilizing both of the running lights instead of just having one running light and then both brights. So we're gonna have to figure that out next. Alright, we got it. 2 of them mocked up a little bit in there. Don't have the running light hooked up yet. Got Trent up in the cab. Sorry for the background noise, hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna try the low beams. And there's the brights. everybody, there it is. Kind of ran through them there a little bit. Hopefully we got that. If not, we'll do another one where we run through it. Trent's happy with them. Don't look too bad. Hopefully they're a lot brighter than they were. So that's a wrap on the headlights. Overall, they weren't too bad. Just kind of had to make my own little plug and wire the daytime running lights together. But overall, not very hard at all. Pretty simple. So that's how they turned out.